We dance as the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's good delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's good delight.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Charnapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Prior. T Prior. I do that every time. I keep saying T Properties. Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Well, according to Dale, it's supposed to snow tomorrow. So maybe you want to get them to come out and remove some of your snow, but that's depressing. I thought it was going to be nice and warm. But anyway, we got springtime coming up. Grass is going to start growing. You got that landscaping, flower bed you want cleaned out, the bushes you want to get trimmed. Hey, you got a paper patio you want to get installed. Give Priority Lawn and Landscaping a call at 513-430-6114. Again, it's 513-430-6114. You can also contact them on Facebook. What is up to everybody in the chat? We got Stranger in there, Robert's in there, Mike Mann's in there, Tony Blazin, and Crypt Keeper. What is up, guys? All right. So I got the boys from Bengals and Brews on here. But let me get to the monologue here real quick. The Bengals, I think, found the blueprint, which they kind of had the blueprint before of how to win a Super Bowl. You got to get a really good defensive line, a really good offensive line. Now, they had a good defensive line in 2021, 2022 when they went to the Super Bowl. Offensive line, well, that wasn't that good. We need to work on that. Can this happen within one offseason? I think it can. But first of all, we got to sign all of our guys. And how much fun was it to watch the Chiefs literally get their ass kicked last night? I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did not think it was going to be an ass whooping. I mean, I thought the Eagles had a better offensive line. I thought they had a better defensive line. I did not think they would just completely destroy the Chiefs, and they did. And I enjoyed every single minute of it. But we got Reds pitchers and catchers reporting today. Baseball is in the air before we know it. We'll have opening day. I'll be broadcasting live down at Moreline House there. Draft is coming up. We got that, and I will be doing a show at MLT's for the Thursday night for the draft party. And then you guys come there and watch me, and then go to the Foaling Warehouse for Project Game Day and their event there. I don't think they have tickets yet, not that I know of. We got that going on. Bearcats won. That's 2 in a row, boys. That's called a winning streak. I don't know if they're going to win anymore or not. We'll find out. But let's get to it. The guys are waiting patiently in the waiting room because I know they love my long intros. But let's get to the boys from Bengals and Brews. What is up, boys?
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Hard dicks and helicopters.
That's a fact.
You want what? Hey, we're off and running. So, how you doing?
I said, what's up? I said hard dicks and helicopters.
Yeah, right. And
Chief
Dale's
Flock.
not wrong.
Chief
I've
Flock,
seen
how
helicopters
good.
before, and all the time when I'm looking at a helicopter, I'm like this.
Yeah.
You know why?
In the air.
Because they're up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, how much did you guys enjoy the Super Bowl last night?
Loved
Bro.
it.
Come on now. I rubbed one off like each quarter.
Hey, wow, that's impressive.
Well, hey, that Super Bowl was impressive, man. I'm glad they didn't get what do you call it, shut out though, because I did make a promise to a lot of people.
He did.
I did. So I'm glad there was not a shutout, or my mouth would have been full right now.
I'm very afraid to ask what your promise was.
Yeah,
Well,
don't ask.
I might
Okay,
have said that I might have give some oral favors if there's a shutout.
Just leave it alone. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg, how did you feel about the Super Bowl last night?
Well, at first, like when one of the first calls was A.J. Brown got called for offensive pass interference, I'm like, oh, here we go. The refs are going to fix this one. But, man, even the refs couldn't save the Chiefs. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It's the second best thing. Do I wish the Bengals won the Super Bowl? Obviously, but this is the second best thing that I just saw.
Well, I honestly think all the talk that us Bengals fans have been doing for the last 2 years or more about the refereeing, and now the rest of the NFL is starting to catch up with it. I think it had something to do with the Eagles got no calls, and it was glorious. I loved it.
They got that one on A.J. Brown, though, remember?
That's one.
Yeah.
I mean,
so the referees called a fair game. And
yeah,
the Kansas
shocking.
City Chiefs players looked stunned on the field after every play when there was no flag.
Right.
Like
exactly.
First down, like the defense, the Kansas City defense is not used to hearing first down calls.
They got one first down in the entire first half. That's it.
Yeah, Mahomes had like 43 passing yards at halftime.
Dale, you can't talk yet. He didn't introduce you.
Oh, you're right.
Just wait your turn. Go ahead and
my
introduce Dale so he can talk, Jeff.
Go ahead, Dale.
It's Dale from Bengals and Brews.
I introduced you all as one big group. I didn't introduce either one of you guys.
Oh, never mind, Dale. That's my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was okay.
I felt like I got a big introduction, though.
Did you hear Pork Chop? I said the boys from Bengals and Brews, and I clicked it on, and y'all came on.
He's got an ego. He felt like it was all about him.
I do a little bit lightweight.
It was all about. Go ahead, Dale. What were you going to say?
Go ahead, Dale.
I completely forgot now.
Football.
Football. Yeah, a fairly called game, and the Chiefs lost. Imagine.
That's right.
That was awesome. All right, Robert wants to know what's good, Ice, Dale, Chop, BSG. Anyone have the odds that they will get all of our guys signed?
100.
I think they're going to. I don't know.
No, it's 100%. They're either going to sign them all or they won't. It's either 100 either way.
Yeah,
that's pretty good odds right there. But I mean, I won't go. How do you guys think they will? I for some reason keep leaning more and more towards that they're going to, especially the way Burrow has been talking the last couple weeks.
Like if I had to go realistically, Chase, I 100% expect them to get him taken care of. It's just T and Trey. Those are the mysteries right there. I'll go T 65%, Trey 55%.
Did you hear? Well, Jordan Palmer or whoever it was last week said that even the talk is that in the around NFL circles is that I'll put it up here. James Palmer recently reported that significant optimism regarding wide receiver T. Higgins remaining with the Cincinnati Bengals
This year, maybe, but the years after that, we don't know yet. Still, I mean, I expect. Yeah, I mean this year, yeah, but what about years after that?
What do you mean this year? Yeah, I mean if they tag him, T's not gonna play.
Yeah,
yeah.
As I said, if they tag him, T won't play.
Yeah,
he will.
Oh, that would be a bad thing. That would be a bad thing to do right there.
It's just be bad for the locker room.
I would not.
You know what though? I think they're going to tag him, but I also think they're going to sign him to a deal before the season.
That's what I say. I think they might tag him to extend the conversation.
He knows that he's going to get tagged in order for the deal to work out, and it's just because. Look, come on, man! If this dude hits free agency, he's getting over 30 million.
He's gone. He's gone.
Easy.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's probably going to give him 35.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so don't let him get out the door. The only possibility you got to keep in him is like we talked with Jay Gruden on our show earlier about the hometown discount. T literally has to take a hometown discount to stay.
No, there's no such thing, is what me and Jay said.
That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? But if T stays, T knows that if he goes to free agency, he's going to make over $30 million.
A hometown discount in my mind is $27 million. That's still a lot of damn money.
I'm just saying it's a discount.
It's not going to be that big of a discount.
That's
might get
$8 million
32
fucking
on the
dollars,
open
Jeff. I
market,
think
yeah.
$8 million a year is a hell of a discount to me. $8 million a year buys us a badass stud interior offensive lineman.
Okay.
Well, what's the topic
way.
of the show? Listen.
Yeah,
I
we're getting
pulled
off
up some stuff. So I
Go
pulled
ahead.
up some stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
we're getting off the topic of the show anyway. It's a blueprint for a Super Bowl here. Do we
Ooh.
basically we got to copy what or do we need to copy what the Eagles did?
Well, they do a lot of things that we don't do, which are trades and free agency and things like AJ Brown was a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Darius Slay, big free agent signing. We don't necessarily do those things. So one thing we can look at is their draft. And I'll start all the way back in 2018, guys that contributed. They only had 5 picks. They had no first-round pick. Their second-round pick was Dallas Goedert. Been a good tight end, right?
Yeah.
Good, solid tight end. Their next picks were in the 4th round. I don't know where that graphic just went, but I will get it back. So it was like Avonte Maddox, and then was Josh Sweat, who's about to be a free agent.
He's pretty
And
good.
he's pretty good.
Yeah. He was
But
pretty good.
undersized, like he's a little undersized, but
Mhm.
they got him at pick 130 in the draft. So this is part goes back to like you got to be able to scout and actually not pick too many shit players. That's still a problem.
That would be nice.
Their 7th round pick was Jordan Mailata, who is their left tackle, who is an absolute all-pro, all-day, every day, one of the best left tackles in football. So that's pretty good, right? They had 5 picks. 3 of them were home runs.
Well, like you said, Dale, with that
2018.
seventh round pick, player development too. They've developed their guys.
2019, they had a terrible draft. So you can have a bad draft and still be okay. Andre Dillard, Miles Sanders, JJ Arcega-Whiteside, Sharif Miller, Clayton Thorson. Did any of those guys play last night?
Nope.
No, it didn't hurt him at all, right?
Uh-uh.
Because you got to be able to supplement your roster. And then again, in 2020, their first round pick was Jalen Reagor. Was he on the field, the wide receiver?
No.
Nope.
No, he wasn't. Jalen Hurts, though, second round, you got your quarterback. That's important.
Yeah.
Do the Bengals have their quarterback?
Oh yeah.
Yes, so check. They had a bunch of other picks. Not a single one of them has done shit. 2021, though, this is when they started hitting, and this is what is important. If you have a few good draft classes in a row, it's very important. So Devontae Smith, great player, wide receiver, hit on it. Second round, Landon Dickerson, cornerstone player that plays left guard. They extended him, can also play center in a pinch. A guy by the name of Milton Williams, who's about to hit free agency. He's pretty good. 2 sacks yesterday. 90 is like his PFF pass rush grade. So your top 3 picks in the first 3 rounds, they absolutely nailed in 2020. 2021, I should say. 2022, Jordan Davis, D tackle. Second round, Cam Jurgens, their starting center. Third round, Nakobe Dean, their starting linebacker. They only have 5 picks. Even Grant Calcaterra, I think he recovered an onside kick. They had 4 guys contribute out of the 5 guys that they drafted that year. 2023, Jalen Carter fell to him. Yeah, he maybe killed a couple people in a car crash, but he fell to pick 9. He was a top 5 player. Nolan Smith, he's undersized. Why would you take a guy like that? They take him at pick 30. Tyler Steen had to come in and play some snaps when Becton got hurt. Had to start the round before when the center was hurt and the guard got hurt. Sidney Brown, Chase Brown's brother, got a Super Bowl ring. So pretty good. And then the 7th round, once again, they hit again. Moro Ojamu. He was balling on the D line. D tackle, number 97. This year, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Jalix Hunt, first 3 picks. Slam dunk home runs. If you hit on your top 3 picks in the draft, it's very important. So to me, it starts in the draft. We can talk about a lot of things with how do you build this. You hit on your first 3 picks in this draft. That's how the Bengals can go into next year and be a Super Bowl contender. Keep your guys, sign your guys, be creative, get some free agents, but you need to nail the draft.
Yeah, that's what they did when they
show
drafted.
Over. That's the show.
That's it. It's over. But that's what the Bengals did when they drafted Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Logan Wilson. All the first. You can say what you want. All they had high draft. They still hit them. You can have a number 1 overall pick and get it wrong. They didn't. They got the 2nd round pick right. They got the 3rd round pick right. They hit it on those. They hit it on a couple other. And the thing is, you don't have to hit on every single pick, but you got to hit at least 3 of them. However many you got. You got to hit at least 3.
Well, the other thing is when I was watching the program last night, it wasn't Tom Brady. Who was the guy that was calling the game with him?
Kevin Burkhardt.
Okay. So he was talking about how their Phillies defense was like towards the bottom of the pack before this new defensive coordinator came in and turned things around. So that could be possibly like good thought for the Bengals, because that's what we need is a turnaround.
Yeah, Vic Fangio is the hell of a D coordinator. He was the hell of a D coordinator. He was in Chicago. So
yeah, first year guy, by the way. So that's another part of it, Jeff.
Well, both their OC and their DC were both first year guys, because their OC is probably going to go be New Orleans head coach. Now they're probably going to lose him.
But Dan Pitcher looked great in his first year as the OC. I mean, I know Zach still calls the plays, but like those two combined, I feel good about. It's just we need. Hopefully we know that our defense coordinator Al Golden, he's got to bring the level up on that side of the ball.
And correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Al Golden known more for a blitzing type of defense? Closer kind of, well, even though Fangio didn't blitz at all last night, he didn't have to. But is that what Notre Dame's defense was more like?
I don't know. I think they had such a good secondary. I don't know. Yeah. Like, I'd be lying if I just gave you an answer there, because I don't know.
Well, no, from what I read, Jeff, they relied more on their defensive backs. They kind of like similar to what Lou ran and all that, but yeah, they relied on their defensive backs. But one thing that caught my attention with that goal was communication with his players. Because if you remember, a lot of big plays we gave up was all miscommunication. Like, hey, he was supposed to guard him. He was supposed to guard him. So that's one thing that I like about Al Golden is he makes sure all of his players on the same communication.
Well, I'd say he's getting back to what Dale said, is one thing Lou didn't do was develop guys. I mean, you got a first-round pick in Miles Murphy. You haven't gotten anything out of him. You got a first-round pick in Dax Hill. You haven't got much out of them.
They got to play, like Ryan says in the chat. You got to actually play them when you draft them so they develop.
I've been screaming that all year long. I did not understand, and I love Sam Hubbard, but the man was hurt. He was hurt from Jump Street.
I love Sam Hubbard too, but I'd surely love more a long-distance relationship at this point.
My point is, I don't understand why Sam and all the beat writers and stuff I get on here, and I ask them the same question. They all keep saying, "Well, it's trust. It's trust." I'm like, well, you got to be able to figure out how to trust the guy you drafted, because Sam Hubbard couldn't do it. He could set the edge for the run, great, but we weren't getting any pass rush on whatsoever.
Well, I mean, Von Bell, Jordan Battle, he was on the bench most of the time. It's like, this goes back to the Marvin Lewis era where he kept playing the veterans over the rookies, and that always drove me nuts, and that's what I kind of felt like happened last year. Von Bell and Sam Hubbard, it's just that time, you let the young guy, even like with the point that people thought we were out of the playoffs, I'm like, okay, let all the young guys come in and play. And near the end, when we had that 5-game winning streak, we let them play more, and we started getting more creative, and look what happened.
Well, the 5-game winning streak, two things happened. The defense line started playing better, and defense in general started playing better, and the offensive line started playing better too. Why that happened, I don't know. I mean, defense, I think, like you just said, Greg, I think if these five started playing some of the younger guys, because especially Joseph Osai, Murphy still didn't do he did some, but Joseph Osai actually started getting more pressure, and in Battle finally got in, which that took forever to get him to bench Bell. I was always wondering at the beginning of the year if I assumed Battle was a starter and Bell might beat him out. But then once it got into week 5, week 6, and Bell still is starting, it's like, why? Those are things like I said, Greg, it's like Marvin Lewis. He kept playing the older guys. Like, dude, you got to develop these younger guys, or we're never going to get anything out of them.
Well, and like you said with trust, you got to develop trust with them. You got to develop trust. You can't just say, "Oh, I trust Sam Hubbard." Well, he's not really trust. You couldn't really trust him on the field most of the time. No offense to Sam or anything, but that's why you got to give them a chance to get trusted.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't. I've never understood that all year. I don't get it. And again, this is where I keep coming back to, and I said this during the season last year, and people kept telling me I'm too much of a homer and too optimistic. That I said this could be fixed in a year, and it can be. I think you sign all your guys and you draft and develop guys. You sign a couple free agents. Yeah, it can be.
I think that it can't be totally fixed in a year, but I think it can be fixed enough to get to where we want to go. The defense doesn't have to go from the last to the best defense in the league. No. It's just got to be top 15. If we can get up to there, which I think is doable, then do 18.
Yeah, or
We get top
whatever.
20, I'll
Yeah,
be happy.
yeah. We get up there. So I mean, we missed the playoffs for one game.
That's
We
what I'm
win-
saying. Like it can
yeah.
still be not fixed all the way and still be good enough.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was-
because you have Joe Burrow.
right. Well, again, our defense when we went to the Super Bowl wasn't. I mean, it was good. It wasn't. I don't know where it was ranked, but I don't think it was a top 5 defense. It might have been.
No, it was mid-tier. It
Yeah.
was 15 to 20.
Yeah,
That's like Ryan says, give us top 20. Like Chop can
Yeah.
make his shirt. Like
Yeah.
if we're in the top 20 defense midway through the season, like we're top 20. We're
Yeah.
top 20. Print the shirts, baby, because that means we
Exactly.
are in the hunt for the number 1 seed if we're top 20 defense. With Joe Burrow, let's say we re-sign T. Higgins, keep the band together, plus improve at guard. It's hard to downgrade at guard because they're ass. Our guards were ass. There's no other way to say it.
I mean,
agree.
literally,
That's-
if you give me 2 field goals and let me sprinkle those into our season, we're in the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 field goals.
Or
I mean,
stop.
probably
But there's a
one.
lot of times just a stop, you
Yeah.
know.
Just
Exactly.
just one extra, like Joe said, one extra play. We didn't make enough plays at the end of the game. That's what they needed. Well, and the other thing is they need to not start off 1-4. Like
Yeah.
that's to me, that's a part that we can't forget about. Like, yeah, there was lots of games that we should have won, but if we didn't start off 1-4, if we started off, I don't know, 500, 2-2, we would have been in the playoffs. I mean,
Well, if the refs didn't want the Chiefs in the Super Bowl when they actually reffed the games like they did when the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl,
Exactly.
we would have won that game against the Chiefs, and I think it would have been a whole different season. But we can go right to the Patriots, right? 16-10.
yeah, that's the one I'm
no
like,
reason to lose.
no
that
reason to lose that game at all.
And there's the field goal.
Well, there's a couple field goals. You got that field goal, you got the Ravens field goal, you got the 2 he missed against the Chargers. There's 3 games where if he makes a
I'll
field
tell
goal,
you,
we win it.
back to the Patriots game. Tanner Hudson fumbling like at the 1-yard line.
But technically, we won the game because they came back afterwards and said the touchdown for Gesicki counted. There was a touchdown. Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, so technically,
We are Super Bowl champions.
Yeah. I mean,
We won the Super Bowl.
yeah,
All
we
right,
should
we're
have.
Super Bowl
It was our
champions.
destiny year. Look at
Yeah.
that.
I mean, that's what I didn't get when they did it. Oh, it really was a touchdown.
Dale, pick
Well,
up that phone
great.
and call the
What,
NFL.
what the hell good does that do to tell us afterwards? Why don't you fix
Roger Goodell ain't answering calls today, Chuck.
Son of a
He's
bitch.
down bad. He's down bad.
Oh, I know. You know that referees are like, God damn it, and they're all in hiding.
Yeah.
They're in
Rob
that big
Torber had a
NORAD
smile
cave.
on his face when he called penalties on the Chiefs last night. Like, look, guys, I can do it. Like, he was so proud of himself.
Ryan Sparks here says, you know they're going to sign Ford and a cheap guard and wait till day 3 for another guard. I'm actually okay with that because I think Ford did fine. And if you could get a starting guard in day 3, that's fine.
Yeah, no.
Well, as long as you get a starter.
I mean,
you
look
know?
at what Dale just said. He just said that the Eagles got their left tackle in the 7th round.
Right. I mean, just because you
And
don't
he's
spend.
all pro.
Yeah, but they also have, like, the best line coach.
Well, we got the jiu-jitsu line coach,
Yeah,
so
our
we're
guy
about to
knows
have.
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, we're going to be able to take guys on
Jay Gruden
MMA.
didn't have anything nice to say because he said Callahan sucked as his O-line coach. Jay Gruden had a miserable time in Washington, is what I got
he
from
did
our
not have a
interview
good
with
time.
him.
I figured that just listen to interviews while he was actually their coach. I don't think he liked it there very much.
It's kind of funny. Mekhi Becton knows the guy they brought in at right guard. And, man, only if we would have brought him in for a visit.
I'm glad
wait, we
because
did.
I was Becton?
Yeah, he was in for a visit.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
That was Pollock's guy from
They
New
didn't
York.
invite
He
you,
was-
Jeff?
When did they? Was that this year?
He came in for a visit right when we signed Sheldon Richardson. Remember, Tar came in for a visit. We didn't sign
I
him.
remember
Let him
Tark.
Rankins.
Huh?
Sheldon Richardson.
No,
Who the
he
fuck
went
is
to
that guy?
he went to the precinct and everything with Frank
Yeah.
Pollock.
Really? I didn't remember him being there. I remember Tark did and all that.
It was before we signed Trent Brown because it was like, oh, maybe we signed him to be the right tackle. But
Right.
there was a lot of people saying move him to guard.
Yeah,
So
okay, I know
Becton
we-
was here.
Yeah.
We didn't offer him a contract or whatever, and he goes to the Eagles and right guard and plays phenomenal.
Yeah, I remember us having conversations about that. So did not remember him coming in here. How dare block Cincy Light? No, what are you
Yeah,
talking
don't be blocking no Cincy light.
about?
Yeah,
Okay.
what happened there? Who blocked
don't
Cincy Light?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't know what he's talking about. one digital dude explain. I actually like Cincinnati. It's a very good.
He gave a
good team.
thumbs up earlier, though.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, because that blows my mind that I forgot he was coming here because I kept last night I'm with him playing guard. I'm like, man, I remember us talking about this on Bengals and Brews and moving him to guard and stuff. And some people were for it, some people were against it. Like, well, it was a pretty good move for them.
Yeah,
but,
he was in for a visit. We just didn't sign him.
So what's your thoughts on
probably
Cody
happy
Ford?
about that right about now.
Yeah, he is.
Well, yeah, he won the Super Bowl.
Right.
Of course he is. How upset do you think Jason Kelsey is? Because he just retired. All he do is stay one more
Oh, he's
year.
probably a lot happier than Travis Kelsey right about now.
Yeah. Plus he got a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he's making a lot of money doing
He sure is.
loving his life.
So
Oh my
what's
God,
your
that
thoughts
dude.
on Cody Ford coming back there? Like I said, I'm not against bringing him back to fight for a starting job. I'm not saying bring him back here and he's the odds-on favorite as a starting job for a guard, but I'm okay with him being here and possibly being the starter or definitely being a backup.
Cody
it's pretty
Ford,
much that. It's
Yeah.
pretty much that, Jeff. Like
Mhm.
I definitely think you bring him back because he can play 4 positions on the offensive
Right.
line outside of center. So it's definitely a guy I want back. He's proven his value. And I don't think it'll break the bank. Plus, he's a guy that is close with Orlando Brown, who's a cornerstone of our team at our left tackle. So I'm all for bringing him back, but even him sniffing being a starter at guard this season is a failure, in my opinion.
and I want him
I
back.
want to let him compete for the job,
Yeah.
but you better have brought in 1 to 2 other guards in free agency and drafted somebody that has a realistic chance to start. You know, if Cody Ford beats him out, he beats him out. You know,
I mean, and the thing is, remember a couple years ago, we all was like, they don't spend money on interior guys, and they brought Cap and Harrison. So I don't see why they can't bring in 2 guards. Now that could get the guy from Kansas City. That dude's going to get like $50 million or something.
well, I wouldn't even bring him in anyways.
He got blown up last night.
And the whole reason he was a 6th-round pick, Trey Smith was a 6th-round pick, was because of injuries. Yeah, I wanted him in the draft while he's cost controlled. Paying that guy $20 million with his injury history and knowing
So who are the
his
guards?
trajectory is going down.
Who are the guards that are free? Have you checked the free agency for guards? yet?
Yeah, we've talked about it on Bengals and Brews. Like and subscribe on YouTube.
Please do.
But yeah, like Dalton Risner, a guy we've wanted for 3 years at left guard. I can't imagine he's going to break the bank. And I'm just talking about guys you can get in here for this year to try to push to win a Super Bowl. Because, sometimes you got to do that. Mekhi Becton was a 1-year deal for the Eagles, by the way. He is a free agent again. So they're either going to have to pay him more or he's going to get paid more elsewhere.
And I'm
But
okay
also
with
another
the guy
is 34, and he's Kevin Zeitler at right guard.
Yeah.
But sign that guy and not think twice about it.
Fix the mistake
and-
by letting
and
him leave.
I'm okay with signing at least one guy on a 1-year deal. I'm okay with that. If you could hopefully sign another one to a multi-year and you draft one, I'm okay with that because I know Mon, who's commented on here a lot, is he wants 2 permanent guys. Like, I just want to make sure the offensive line is good for next year. I mean, I would like to fix it permanently, but it's not always easier said than done.
I would love to get 2 veterans, like even if it's Risner and Zeitler, and they're both one year deals.
Yeah.
And then I would still draft a guy.
Draft
Maybe
somebody.
that draft pick isn't until the 4th round. But guess what? That draft pick I'm going to develop. You also have a young guy in Matt Lee. I don't know how much he can play guard. He's probably center of the future right now, and he was a 7th-round pick. But sometimes you got to hit on those.
That's exactly what I've been saying. I'm like, you got to get. I mean, I would love to get 2 offensive linemen, but if you get, like you said, if you get 2 guys for 1 year and it's fixed for next year, cool. That's great. You got
a young guy like a Tevin Jenkins, with the Bears that we could have drafted instead of Carmen. So that's a guy. Will Freeze, but he got injured this year from the Colts. That's another guy who's young and has been very good, and he's gotten better every year. I threw out a name earlier because when we did our show, it was a name that I talked about, and these guys kind of like the idea. Patrick McCarry from the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
He's only 27. Seems like he would be like.
Oh, I heard you talking about this. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And he's only 27, and he had played right tackle. He's kind of been a backup guy a lot when he's been with the Ravens. Filled in at both tackle spots. But this year, after the first 3 games, they moved him to left guard because their guard play wasn't good. So he started the next 16 games of their 19 games at left guard, with a 71 pass blocking grade per PFF. I don't know. I would take that. We have guys with 30 PFF pass blocking grades, and we pass the ball a lot. So I would take 71 of Patrick McCarry, and his projected contract per PFF is like 3 years, $20 million. That's not going to break the bank. 3 years, $20 million for a 27-year-old that is just coming into his own as a guard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, Patrick McCarry makes a lot of sense too. Boom, there's a guy, and you got him for 3 years. Let's go. Let's get that. Let's put Zeitler at right guard for a year. 1 year, $5-6 million for Zeitler. And guess what? We'll go ahead and draft a guy in the 4th round. Best available on the board. Doesn't matter. Maybe Miles Frazier falls from LSU to the 4th round. Let's take that guy. He's my right guard of the future.
Boom.
Injury happens, he's my guard. Boom, done. It's upgraded. It's done. It's fixed.
Exactly. And that's
I just did that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you can do. I mean, like I said, I'm all for getting it fixed permanently, but we got to get it fixed for next year. Somehow you got to fix it. And if you fix it like he just said, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Fuzzy Ball, thanks for the $2 super chat. He says Eagles don't win without that elite wide receiver, Armada. Thank you. Thoughts?
Yeah, and they paid those guys, right? A.J. Brown, who they traded for, gave up a first-round pick for, and he's a hell of a player, and then they paid him, and they put a top 10 pick in Devontae Smith, and then they paid him, extended him, so he's happy. And then they went out, and a guy who was looking good early on for them, Jahan Dotson, former first-round pick, they gave up hardly nothing for with Washington. And he balled out, and he hadn't done shit, but hey, he balled out in the Super Bowl, the biggest moment, which is what you want. So, it's being willing to make trades too, being willing to do things that maybe we don't normally do, but hey, we're going to do it because we
might
want
feel
to
a
win
little
Super Bowl.
uncomfortable.
Well, it's what we did when we went to the Super Bowl. We made a trade, got B.J. Hill. We signed free agents that we never did, and we drafted well, and we went to the Super Bowl. So they've done it. You can do it. They need to do it more often. Yes. Which I'm not disagreeing with you, Dale. I'm just saying they have done it in the past.
I know.
That's what they need to do. Crip, what about Fry from the Colts?
Yeah, that's the guy I said. He's an ascending player. He's just he had an injury this year. Well, and he's probably still going to cost a lot of money. He's projected to be like the second highest paid guard on the market, behind Trey Smith from the Chiefs. So I don't know. And coming off an injury, it's just one of those things. That's why I'm more like Tevin Jenkins, but he's dealt with injuries. That's why it's like you get real quick. And I can pull up my guard list, but yeah, that's my thoughts on him initially.
So 17 is the guy I'm really, really, really starting to like, which I don't think he's going to be there, but I cannot remember his name. The kid out of Marshall, the edge, huh?
Mike
Green. Is there, in your expertise, Dale, is there any shot he'll be there at 17? I seriously doubt it, even with we don't know why he transferred to Marshall yet.
Yeah, he transferred to Marshall from Virginia. He was dismissed from Virginia. So whatever comes out with that, I don't know what will come out with that. But yeah, I think there's a chance he's there for sure. He doesn't fit their size profile. And that's a reason I don't know if they go that route, but he's a good run defender.
That's the thing. It's like, look at the Eagles. Their edges aren't that big either or tall.
Yeah. It's interesting.
They need to change. They need to change, Dale. They can do it.
They can. They just got to be – sometimes you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and that's one thing they need to do.
Exactly. Chop, what are you doing?
Texting somebody, but I was also paying attention. Go ahead.
He's looking at porn.
Yeah. Chop and Greg are like this. Why are we on this show?
No, I was actually texting somebody. My boner from last night did wear off a little bit, but I recorded the Super Bowl. I plan on later on tonight watching it and rubbing one off again. It's my favorite piece of pornographic material now is the Kansas City Chiefs getting fucking embarrassed last night. I love it. And like I said on our show, all the Kansas City fans that want to say we live in your head rent free. Good motherfucker. I don't care. Ha ha. You got embarrassed.
Crip here says coming off injury, isn't that the Bengal way? I think there, Mr. Altman.
Yeah, it typically is.
It's true.
All right, so I'll pull out from our show here.
Oh,
You can see my awful handwriting. See, it's a lot of notes.
About as bad as my handwriting.
that's fact.
But so to break out some names, Trey Smith we've talked about, Will Freeze, Mekhi Becton we've talked about, Dalton Risner we've talked about, Kevin Zeitler we've talked about, Tevin Jenkins. Like I said, Tevin Jenkins is not even 27, and his pass blocking grade was 75.8.
That's better than what we had.
Yeah, no, that's really really good.
Let's get
Dalton
that.
Risner's, by the way, was 76.1. You know, and you can typically get him the last 3 years for like.
Why didn't we
under
think
$3
about that
million.
before this
I
year?
don't know, Chop. It's crazy. Who would have thought of that?
Damn.
Then, if you want some other older guys, Brandon Scherf, 74.5 pass block grade. Been with the Jaguars the last 4 years. He is 33 years old, but that's a name to keep in mind, you know, because if you want the 1 year, hey, if this guy still got it, kind of like Zeitler's 34, this guy's 33. Yeah. If he can give me one good year of elite play as a pass blocker, I'm here for it. Zach Martin, I don't know. He's already 34. His grades have gone down from the Cowboys. Great career, great player. I think I'd pass on him.
Is that guy from Cincinnati?
I don't think so.
You're thinking of Brian Kelly, who plays for the Colts. I think,
No.
Okay?
I was thinking about the guy the center for Elder.
Eric Wood.
Maybe that's it.
No, but he played for the
He got
Bills. He's been
drafted by
retired
the
for a year.
Cowboys, didn't he?
No, he played for the Bills.
Oh, maybe it was the Bills.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, that's some names. Will Hernandez is 29. He had a 74.2 pass block grade, but week 5 he had a knee injury, so guys coming off an injury. That's just some names for guards. Just trying to provide my value here on the Sports of Strawberry Ice show.
Well, you have much value. Yes, go ahead, Chop.
Also, hopefully there will be 2 more free agents on the block, and that's Alex Kapp and Cordell Volson.
I don't know if I'd cut Volson.
Yeah, I say Volson's still on his rookie deal. I'd keep him for a backup at least.
I mean,
yeah, for one more year.
Nah, he doesn't cost you much of anything. I'll cut for sure Kappa.
Yes.
And then
shouldn't even be a question.
Let me just say that my statement is just that I do not want them starting at guard.
Yes.
Yep. Well, I was going to ask that question. I don't think we're going to have that answer, but can this offensive line coach, can he coach up? Because that's what we need him to do. I mean,
I felt good about that before we talked to Jay.
Well, Jay's also probably bitter about what happened in Washington and all that stuff, so you got to kind of take that with a grain of salt.
And I think Jay never worked with Scott Peters.
No, he didn't. He was talking about Callahan, and Callahan league wide is one of the best.
And that the Patriots sucked last year.
Yeah, he did say that. Well, the Patriots suck. Yeah,
they suck, but they beat us week 1.
Well, they didn't have any good. I mean, Michael Jordan had one of his best years as an offensive lineman for the Patriots.
The former Bengal?
Michael Jordan, Bengal Michael Jordan,
the one who was there on the line when Burrow got hurt.
Yeah. Also, former Bengal Jake Elliott got a Super Bowl ring last night.
Dude, the kicker, he was drilling them. And they kept having the offsides penalties, and he still kept drilling.
You know, we drafted him.
I do.
Fat Randy, boys.
Yeah.
Fat Randy.
Well, now we got Shooter, so we're good.
But yeah, if you cut Kappa, it's $8 million savings toward the cap.
Yeah. So,
if you keep him, it's $10.25 million cap hit this year.
Yeah, you cut him. So I'll ask Dale this for Greg Chop. Who are the guys you're cutting from the Bengals? Yeah, Chop, you can go first. I don't know if Greg's even.
Jesus Christ, Sam Hubbard,
which would save $9.5 million toward the cap by cutting Hubbard.
I know a lot of people say Pratt, and I'm on the fence about Pratt. But
I'm with you. I'm on the fence.
I would be willing to keep Pratt because I'm leaving that one up to Al Golden because he coached Pratt. Mm-hmm. So maybe Pratt comes back to being what we all thought Pratt was and puts him like a 2-down back or 2. Like he can't be in there on 3rd downs, but
would save $5.9 million against the cap if you cut Pratt. Just
how much?
$5.9 million saved against.
I mean, I'm also thinking. We don't have to cut Bell because he was just a 1 year, right?
Yeah, correct.
But as far as safety goes, I would also think about Geno Stone. But once again, like with the new defense, if you still had Lou Anarumo, it's a lot easier to make this call. But like replacing our defensive coordinator. What can he do with these guys? Like, we went out and got Geno Stone for a reason. Can Al Golden get that out of Geno Stone? I don't know.
Yeah, those two are question marks for you. Rankins is definitely gone.
Oh yeah,
But Geno Stone, $8 million cap hit next year. If you cut him,
Well,
you
the thing is,
save
like,
about
the thing is,
about $6.5 million.
You keep saying all this money that we'd say, which is great, but then you have to replace them, and then you're going to replace them. Are they going to sign the right guys in free agency, or are they going to draft them? That's the thing,
Jeff. It's easier for me to say who I'd like to keep. I would like to keep Mike Hilton. I would like to keep I would like to keep Trey
Henderson.
Hendrickson.
Have to sign him. You'd have to
Mike
sign
Hilton. I'd like to keep Mike Hilton. I'd like to keep BJ Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like
free agent.
And as far as like the other ones like Pratt and Stone, Sam Hubbard is my only definite needs to go. He's also I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, somebody asked about Hubbard. Fuzzy Balls asked about Hubbard's cap hit. It would be $11.5 million next year. You could save $9.5 million by cutting him. I've seen a lot of people say he needs to restructure to like $3 million this season. I'm guessing, and that was Paul Daner, I think, that I seen say that. I'm guessing he's saying that because they know the Bengals aren't just going to flat out let him go.
Do you feel good about him coming back as a backup?
I'm okay with it as a team leader, run defender, but it needs to be at that $2 or $3 million.
It's hard to stay on the same team and just pass the torch to Miles Murphy or someone,
Well, that is if Miles Murphy is the guy. Can they get stuff out of him?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I do think that they will, though, Jeff.
I hope so. We haven't found out in 2 years because they haven't played them. So
player development.
Yeah, I hope so.
Going to get fixed.
The other one I would like to see come back, but I'm not because of his agent. I like to see Joseph Osai come back, but he's a Mulligata guy.
Yeah, but a good thing for us on that one is that he's not like some kind of stud ass edge defender. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, he's not going to be. There's no people aren't going to be clamoring for him. But dude, Chop, my worry is he'll go somewhere else and he'll finally.
He probably will
be healthy and he'll do exactly what we thought he would do. It's like, why the hell did you do that here?
Though? I got no control over that shit. So it is what it is.
Zach Bond. He would just totally reinforce himself and like Zach Bond did, like leaving the Saints, becomes one of the best defense players in the league for the Eagles.
Well, he made himself a lot of money what he did at the end of the year.
Yeah, but that is true. I'll tell you one guy that I'd like to have back. I know he hasn't gotten much playing time last 2 years. I still like Akeem Davis-Gathers. I'd like to have Davis-Gathers back.
He was drafted by Al Golden, too.
Yeah, you guys went straight all into free agents. I thought we were talking cap cut. Ken.
Oh, cap cuts. That's right. Cap
well, that's what I started out as, and then we kind of switched.
Yeah, but no, I'm trying to see cap cuts.
I'll give Rankins. His cap hit would be $11.6 million. You would save $9.6 million toward the cap. We all agree, Jeff.
I forgot about
you mentioned him, but we all agree that's. I think him, Hubbard, and Kappa are the three easy ones that should go.
Yes, I agree with that. Those are three easy ones, and that might be the only three they do because just like Chop, not sure about Pratt. Well, the other thing and Stone for me is you cut these guys and you're saving a lot of money, which is cool. But linebacker, Gaither's a free agent. You got Logan Wilson and you got some rookies and second, third year guy. That linebacker room, you're gonna have to rebuild it if you don't have Pratt. So and then the safety room again, and then you're starting over again, which you can, but it's just they've tried that. So so that's where I'm like I don't know. It depends on what Al Golden wants to do. If Al Golden thinks he can get something out of him, then
I'll give you one more cap person we haven't talked about. It's Zach Moss. I don't know with the neck injury, but his cap hit would be $4.8 million. You could save $3.3 million by cutting him, and $3.3 million. You should easily get Herbert back, and I think I would get Herbert back for $2 million, let's say. Yeah. So you save $1 million by cutting him and getting Herbert over Moss.
Well, also, it's 23 running backs supposed to go in the 7th round. So, I mean, you could find a rookie in the
well, we can draft Shambo or where the hell his name is from Arizona State. Shadaboo, there you go. Shadaboo.
Just like ShamWow.
ShamWow, whatever the hell his name is. That big white dude.
ShamWow. Hey, we drafted him in our mock draft
we did.
Last Monday, right?
I pounded my fist. No, sorry, I pounded my fist. I kept bugging the hell out of Dale. So Dale's like, all right.
What year? What round did you draft him in?
4th round, was it?
Yeah, I mean, fourth round be a no-brainer. I think
Yeah.
he was earlier than that, though.
I think. Well, I don't think. Do you think he's a second round? I think he's at least third.
No, I think he goes in the third. I think somebody will roll that dice in the third. You
Yeah.
got to think there's comp picks too, and it's like, well, it's just a comp pick here. You know,
Right.
some team will take him there.
Right.
That's
right.
my guess.
Shazam! That's his new nickname.
Yeah.
Shazam.
Scattaboobies.
Scattabooby. What?
Scattaboobies.
Oh, there's no way he goes in the second round, dude.
I don't know, man. You know, I think
just a loaded
I
class.
think a team's gonna reach for him.
Loaded. It's a loaded class, though.
Yeah, but they're gonna reach.
Jeff,
Yeah,
I
but you
think-
got Travion Henderson, you got Quinshon Judkins, you got Caleb Johnson from Iowa, you got Omarion Hampton from North Carolina, you've got Ashton Genty, probably the only running back that goes in the first. So and running backs is the value of a running back. So
Well,
knowing
that's-
there's
well,
30
what-
draftable, one goes in the first. Who wants to take a guy in the second?
Right.
I think a lot of teams wait till the third and fourth to take him.
Now,
I don't.
Now, one thing I
disagree.
wonder, with the way the Eagles quote unquote brought the running game back, but they ran it last night, but they won
Bring it
because they
back
passed.
last night.
That's what I was trying to say there. I said they didn't bring it back last night; they won because they passed. Do you think that the value of the running backs come back a little bit more than they used to, or then the last couple of years nobody drafts running backs?
Look at this year. You got Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry, so they certainly this year helped the value of the running back, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I
And
will
you
say
got
this.
Ashton Genty coming in to the league. That's also helping.
He's a bad boy.
I don't think that they get some of those one-on-one matchups and some of the easy passes for Hurts. And Hurts played great. You know, we were talking about that at the end of our show, Jeff. But
Mhm.
I don't think they get all that without the focus on Saquon.
No,
Without
they
having
don't.
more
Yes.
guys in the
Well,
box.
their whole concentration
without more
was
focus.
yes,
Yeah, and it opened up the one-on-ones to the Devontae Smith,
Exactly.
the A.J. Browns,
yeah,
the
exactly.
Jahan Dotson even.
And that's the thing for me, guys. I'm hoping that's another way I talk about with the Bengals is hopefully they get somewhat of a consistent running game, because some of these games that we didn't make enough plays at the end. If we got the lead and we just hand the ball off and run it, and actually can run it effectively, we would have won too. So that's another thing. Which for me, that goes to guard play and a good running back and being able to block and hopefully get a blocking scheme that freaking works so we can actually run the ball. And I'm not saying we're going to be a full-time running team. You just got to be able to run it and get 7 to 8 yards instead of 3 or 4.
There has to be a threat.
Yes. We have to have that. And I think Chase Brown, I think our run game got better with him in there once after Zach Moss got hurt, but it still wasn't good enough, I don't think.
But it's being such a loaded running back class, you can get a guy to pair with him. Like Dustin mentions, Damian Martinez. I don't think Damian Martinez getting to the 6th, Dustin. It was a good dream while it lasted. Or Rocket Sanders. I mean, Phil Maffa from Clemson. There's all different body types, different styles. But if you want the big, bruising, thicker guy, short yardage guy, Taj Brooks, I'm very high on him, the little bowling ball. He's like 5'8", 230.
What about this
Big
one?
fan of him.
He said he's at this Genty at 17 a lot.
He said that there's a lot of mocks that he's seen
Yeah.
Genty at 17.
Yeah.
If we get Genty, I will look at the glass half full and wonder what our offense could do with a runner like that. But saying that,
But
I'm out.
You gotta hit on your second, third, or fourth round.
I mean,
to
if
get-
we had absolutely
'cause-
no running back right
on
now,
the line, on the trenches.
I would still
Jeff,
be
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I would still say get
I
a
mean,
running back on free agency.
Well, it's kind of like
because-
last year with the Brock Bowers, right? And like
Yeah.
hindsight, Brock Bowers would have been great, but Mike Gesicki was pretty great here for
that's
just $3 million, and we got Amarius Mims instead of Brock Bowers.
I would much rather have the top tight end in this draft than the top running back in this draft if I had to pick out of those two.
I don't want either.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you had to pick out of those two,
Well-
wouldn't you rather take the top tight end and the guy from Penn State, right?
Tyler Warren, but
yeah,
I mean,
with our
Eric All out
with-
next year,
with
and
our
we saw
offense-
what our offense looked like
Yes.
with Eric All.
If you're thinking about that talking that way, yes, with our offense, yeah, it would be better to get the tight end. But honestly, I'll be shocked if it's not defense first
Yeah,
round.
should be.
An edge or an interior guy.
Well, with the exception of guard or like a tackle guard. type of
Even
player.
then, I almost want
I
to
don't
trade
know.
down, and I'm a big
Yeah.
Tyler Booker fan. But also, if it's a guard, it better be like a Kelvin Banks or a Will Campbell or one of these guys who can be my left tackle in
Right.
2 years
Yeah.
when Orlando Brown's gone. Like I want one of
You think
those
Will
guys.
Campbell's there at 17?
No, that's what I'm
Oh.
saying. One of those guys better fall for me to make that pick
Yeah.
for somebody that would play guard for me now, so then they can, be a tackle, my left tackle here in a couple years.
Yeah.
Ryan Speck says Arroyo in the second would be awful, in my opinion.
Dale, you've been very high on him.
I am high on him, but he would scare the hell out of me. I wouldn't like that pick because the same reason that Eric All scared the hell out of me in the 4th round because I had him as a 5th round guy because of injuries.
Doesn't that guy play for the Reds, Arroyo?
No, he's retired. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Well,
That's all
there's
okay.
another Arroyo, shortstop.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the minors.
Prospect.
Yep.
But,
yep. You're right.
But no, with Arroyo, yeah, it would scare the hell out of me because he's been injured. He had one great season, but he is fantastic. But at the same point in time, yeah, it would scare the hell. And plus, I don't want to take a tight end in the second either. I'll be honest.
I'm
Even
not-
Harold
I
Fannin, Ryan
I want
Sparks,
trenches.
because I know where you're going with this, Ryan Sparks. Ryan Sparks is the #1 Harold Fannin fan. No.
I
No.
want trenches. Trenches.
I figure that I think our first pick's going to be a tackle, and if it's not, that means that they didn't sign Trey, and we go for edge. If we don't keep Trey, our focus should be edge. But if we do, I like a tackle.
I'll still keep pounding my fist. If there's a good corner available, which Dale, I think you kind of told me it's after Travis Hunter, well, a couple corners. It's not a great class, but I still think they need to add another corner.
Yeah, it's something. I don't know. I still have faith in DJ Turner. I still have faith. Dax Hill surprised me what he
But
did.
no,
I was like,
yeah, Dax
plus
Hill-
Cam Taylor-Britt, I think
But-
the way he played in the second half.
That's
and
what
then
I-
Josh
that's what I
Newton
keep
played
saying.
good. And then
Okay.
I say DJ Ivy. There's 5.
Yeah, but Dale,
Fine.
Dax Hill's coming back from an ACL injury. You can't rely on him to be healthy coming
I'm
back.
just
I
saying,
want to
though,
win
Greg,
the Super Bowl
with our
next year,
first
Greg.
pick,
I
though,
don't
And
want
the
to
thing is,
invest
if
with
top
our
50
first
draft
pick-
capital.
No, Dale, that's why I want to invest. I want to get a proven player. I would still say get a Stephon Gilmore in free agency. I get it. You need to develop, but you're in a win now mode.
Okay,
Right.
I'm cool with free agency getting a veteran.
And the
I'm
thing is,
not
if-
opposed to that.
if
I'm
we
not
get a-
using top 50 draft capital when I got a bunch of young corners.
And
Yeah,
if
but
we get-
Dale,
if
Me
we
and
get-
Greg don't agree on this. Fuck you, Greg. You're wrong.
And-
I'm right. This is bullshit. I gotta check on my dog. This is fucking stupid.
It's okay.
And there you go. And the other thing that I was going to say is if we get a consistent pass rush, which we didn't have last year, and I kept saying this all last year, and everybody kept telling me I'm crazy and I'm wrong and I'm a homer. But
Yeah, but not
if
for
you
that.
if you, huh?
Not for that, though. You're just crazy and wrong just in general.
Oh, okay. But if you get a consistent pass rush, that makes your corners that much better, and your
it does.
safeties. So I mean, that's where. And you, Greg, you and me talked about this on the phone. And I'm like, I don't disagree that I will never say don't get a corner, but with this team for right now, it's getting pressure on that quarterback and protecting ours.
Well, you look at who won Defensive Player of the Year. The corner for Denver. Help me out here. What was his name?
Sertan.
Surtain.
Patrick Surtain.
Okay, I mean Surtain. If you remember that Bengals game, Jamar Chase torched him and all that. The reason why Surtain was so good because the Broncos' defensive line was so
Yes.
good. I'm not trying to discredit Surtain or anything. He's a great corner, but he had a damn good defensive line. When you have a damn good defensive line, the guy's going to have to get rid of the ball quickly. And and that's it. That could be an easy interception right there. But if you're like the Bengals, who don't have a great defensive line, where the quarterback's got all day to throw, you can't always blame it on your corner.
And that's my exact argument to why Trey should have won the Defensive Player of the Year, because everybody, if you're playing the Bengals defense, what's the one person they're trying to stop? The offensive line for the other team is trying to stop for the Bengals defense. Trey Hendrickson, one guy. That's all they were concentrating trying to do, and he still led the league in sacks. That's the same way where I say why Willie Anderson and Corey Dillon should be in the Hall of Fame. They were on bad teams, but they were excelled when they're on bad teams. When you know that offense is trying to stop one guy, which is Trey Henderson, and they can't. How's that not
Let me
the best
just
player
say,
in
let me say
defense?
this to Greg's comment here about the corner. If you take every position, Greg, and you just lay down the positions, you keep our team the same. There's nothing happens in free agency. We got the same exact team going in. Where do you rank cornerback as far as importance? Is because I don't have a problem drafting cornerback, but not at pick 17.
No. I'm just saying, if the best player available was a corner, no. Here's where I have it. I made this clear. Trenches are your first priority, no matter what. I just don't think it gets talked about enough to say we need to add another corner. That's the thing.
See, the funny thing, people talk about that all the time. It gets talked about a lot.
Eli Apple. We didn't think he was going to get any playing time being our fourth corner and all that, and he played a huge role going into the Super Bowl. Corners,
but we didn't draft him with our first round pick.
That's right.
Well, I'm not saying draft one, but the best player available is a corner. Then I would consider it.
No.
I wouldn't. I would take a safety. I would take I would take a tight end and a running back before I take a corner this year.
You mean to tell me, Dale? So just say, for example, this guy could be Sauce Gardner good or something. You mean to tell me you wouldn't consider it if you knew this guy had the potential?
We don't.
So are you saying Travis Hunter falls to 17?
No, Travis Hunter. I'm not saying that.
Okay, Will Johnson injuries, Siobhan Revelle injuries.
Yeah, I don't want those
injuries.
No, those two guys. No, I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying. As a person who follows the draft, there is not going to be a corner at 17 that I would want us to take.
And that's fine, Dale. No, I agree with that because you've told me the injury issues. Yeah, I'm just saying if there was hypothetically a corner there that was the best player available, I would consider it. But from what you told me, absolutely not.
All right. Well, thanks to KP for the $1.99 super chat. Like says Jenkins and Jackson are rotational. Well, I guess it means like Nolan or Green.
Walter Nolan, tackle. Green's an edge, so it doesn't. Those two don't really factor into if they want to take Green.
Walter Nolan, I want to know what these character issues are.
Maybe he means Kenneth Grant, though. Like Kenneth Grant, but I think Kenneth Grant's going to surprise people.
Because he's talking about Chris Jenkins and McKinley Jackson, as he's talking about.
I know the first two. Nolan's a D tackle, but Green's an edge.
Okay.
I need somebody to tell me what the issues are with Nolan.
Dustin here wants Will Johnson at 17.
I mean, I like the talent, Dustin. I like it. And guess what? He went to Michigan, and we love taking Michigan defensive backs. So we got two of them already at outside.
Hey, Lou liked taking Michigan. So let's see what happens without Golden. I got a feeling we're going to like taking Notre Dame.
But, Chop, going back to your question, this is where I would rank corner in need, in my opinion. Trenches are first. Corner would be third on my third or fourth on my list personally. That's just me personally.
Because trenches can be D tackle and edge and guard.
Right, exactly. No, trenches are our damn first priority. Absolutely.
But depending what we do with Geno Stone, I would say like if Malachi Starks is there at safety, I would take him at 17.
Dale, I was thinking that to myself. Malachi Starks, you definitely would have to consider that.
Well, what about Cal Alamitis? How long has he got left on his contract? Might want to start thinking about taking a long snapper.
There you go.
First round pick.
That's right. We'll get the best long goddamn snapper there's ever been in the history of the NFL.
Well, they could just bring Clark Harris back.
Pick 17, long snapper.
Have you heard from your best friend, Dale?
No, I don't bother him. He don't talk to me anymore.
He's ghosted you. He don't like you anymore.
When he retired, he retired.
Yeah.
He retired from everything.
No Clark Harris on no podcast.
That sucks. All right, guys, it's 6:28. We've been on for 58 minutes. You guys want to plug some stuff, or you guys have any words of wisdom
I will love to plug
Nation
some stuff,
before I let you guys go?
My wife said
usually you got to let me finish talking, and then you can talk.
I forgot how long-winded you are. Go ahead, Jeff. My apologies.
I don't think anybody understood what either one said. Go ahead, plug some stuff. I'll make it short. Go ahead, plug some stuff, Chop.
I was going to say I would love to plug some stuff, but I already got the text about how someone's not feeling good and they're going to go to bed already.
Like a headache,
Yeah.
So
I will be plugging nothing except for these hands. I get jazz hands too. Look at that.
You're going to double? You're going to hammer down?
Yeah, maybe.
Like a jackhammer?
Yeah, I'm going to go.
Oh, one after the other?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty good at I'll be 53 after this month.
I got two dicks, one for the left and one for the right. Halftime Super Bowl show. You guys like it?
What? Oh no, I just don't listen.
dude,
I don't even know who the fuck that guy
I
was.
did-
White man, you white
I-
guy.
I couldn't hear it. I couldn't understand one freaking word he said or anything. Some people were like, it was such a great political stance. I'm like, what the hell did he
Political?
say?
It was
That's what I've. Some people are saying that. I'm like, of what? Like, I didn't see.
Hmm.
I saw Uncle Sam. I saw them line up in the American flag. I'm not sure what political stance he made. Maybe one over my.
Chris says Lucas starts for the Lakers tonight. Who gives
Yes, he
a shit?
does.
The Cavs
Can't we
play
just
tonight.
get like every 5th year, just get a good rock concert for the Super Bowl? Can't we just do that, please?
It'd be nice to change it up. They've had. Now I love my favorite one still was Snoop and Dre.
No way, man.
I
Michael
respect
Jackson
the-
back in California at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
That was the best
Yeah.
Super Bowl halftime
That was a
ever.
good one too.
Yes, that was awesome to see.
That was like the first big giant halftime Super Bowl show. Before that was marching bands.
I tweeted, I don't get worked up about any halftime Super Bowl
No.
show
No.
because I don't get excited or have expectations. I said, unless Janet Jackson is going to come out there
And get her
and
titty
pop
out.
a titty out.
Boom.
I did see that. That was a good one.
And I told Marissa about my tweet, and she said, you didn't even see it because we were together then and we were watching the Super Bowl. And I was talking to my dad, God rest his soul because he's dead now. But
You're talking. Whoop.
and yeah, I missed the titty. Live.
Dude. I was doing the same thing. I was at my brother-in-law's house, and I sit there talking to him, and then he goes, "Was that a titty?" I'm like, "Where?"
Exactly. No, I seen the titty afterwards.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah. I saw it afterwards. It was
But-
nice.
I saw it. I was watching that shit. I was like, oh, titty. Titty, 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 titty.
Titty City.
Titty. Yeah, I'm the mayor of Titty City.
Rack City, bitch.
Yeah.
10, 20s, and the 50s, bitch.
Mm. Oh,
So
did
you guys
see
had Jay Gruden on your show today. You got any other good guests coming on this week?
Greg.
Yep.
Greg's going to be on the. What day is it today?
Today's
Monday.
Monday.
Greg will be on Friday.
I'll be
Yeah,
on Friday.
Chop's losing weight, lost the gallbladder to lose
Yeah, I
weight. So you don't know what day it is anymore.
I
So
finally
you-
sold that bitch too. Sold
Yeah.
my parts on eBay.
So where can people go find your show?
My gallbladder?
No, the show.
It was on the
Oh.
black market, but now it's sold.
Right. Sold. Guy in Indonesia.
Bengals
Bought my
and
gallbladder.
Bruce. You guys were on at 3:30 today. You had Jay Gruden on.
Oh, that's right.
We
We
do a show?
We do
Yeah.
a podcast.
Apparently, I'm the only one who wants to promote it.
We do. Do we do a show?
Earlier, Dale,
Oh,
before
earlier.
this.
Earlier, you did a show.
Oh yeah.
Remember when we were talking to Jay Gruden?
Yeah. Remember that?
barely.
That was the
Ah,
show.
yeah. Remember that one time?
That
Yeah.
was the show.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
I mean, we got some things up in the air, like Andre the Giant could possibly stop by.
the ghost stuff.
Right. He could possibly stop by, and
ghost of
we've
who?
been trying lately
Andre
to get
the
Joe
Giant.
Burrow on the show too. So that you never know. Just
Yeah,
to
Joe Burrow, the invite.
word on the street is that Joe likes to do things like spur of the moment. So you
Uh-huh.
make sure you like and subscribe to Bengals and Brews, and then that way,
Yeah.
when Joe gives us the okay and we just pop right on,
Yeah.
you get notified and you know.
Yeah.
Like,
He
hey,
told-
we got Joe Burrow on.
Right.
He told me the next time he's bored, he'd come on.
There is a big chance though that if he does come on, he's also coming on with Zach Taylor and Mike Brown.
Yep.
Same show.
And we're announcing contracts and just we're
And
having
they're announcing all the
we're gonna have
contracts
it
live.
all out there.
But you have to like and subscribe to our show, Bengals and Brews, if you want
Not
that
this one. Not
exclusive content as it happens.
Yep.
Not this one.
So you guys went from not promoting at all
Right.
to completely making shit up and promoting.
And I just want to make sure people don't miss out. We're here.
Right.
You never
for-
know. It could
We're here
happen.
for the Brew Crew.
It's possible.
We are here for the Brew
Hey.
Crew.
You had Orlando Brown on. You guys had
true.
to take care of, so you never know. You never know. You could get
Orlando
Joe.
Brown actually called us asking to be on the show.
Yeah, we were like, we'll see if we can fit you in.
Well,
Yeah.
We'll see.
we had a few dates that didn't work out, but we did finally find one that worked out for best for us.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Every time I see him, he goes, "Yeah, I gotta get on your show." When's that gonna happen?
Well, then he remembers it's not Bengals and Brews that you're on.
I think that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're strawberry.
He tells his agent, he was like, "Isn't that guy from Bengals and Brews?" And his agent's like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, scratch that. Don't call that."
we're
guy."
not doing Iceman show.
Yeah. And also see if you can get me another appearance on Bengals and Brews.
Duh.
Will you please beg them to allow me to
Right.
come on?
Allow
Please.
me to come
I
on.
mean, we don't have time. I mean, we had to have Jay Gruden sometime today. And then we like, to talk amongst ourselves also.
Yeah.
And then you invite random people on like me and Dustin.
Yeah, it's true. We did.
It's awesome.
And KP was on there last week, right? And
No, KP
Tyler?
was on my show and he couldn't hear me. Remember that, Dale?
Well, everyone could hear everyone except you guys couldn't hear each other.
could- I-
You
no,
could
I
hear
could-
him, but
he
he couldn't
couldn't hear
you.
me.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, I kept talking. Going like, hello, is this thing on? I was like, he has really good points. Hey, how about this? And he just kept talking over me. I'm going, what the hell?
We never have those problems on Bengals and Brewers.
Oh
Like,
no, you guys never have any technical difficulties whatsoever.
pretty
never
much
do a 20-minute show.
everything's solid.
And,
We have a
not
great producer.
live twice.
His name is Pork Chop.
No, I don't
Correct.
do any of that shit.
It's great.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
All right,
Jeff-
get the hell
I mean,
out
I
of here.
don't do any of that shit, but that is all we got. So
All right, see you guys. Thanks, appreciate you. Greg, go eat some dinner.
Will do.
Where's the mask? Eat some ass.
Eat some
Eat
ass.
some ass.
The hell's wrong with them? I love those guys. Anyway, go subscribe to Bengals and Brews. Because you get hard-hitting content like that. I was going to promote the Project Game Day stuff because I wanted to get a hold of Cincy James, but I don't have his number anymore. So, James, if you're watching, hit me up on the social because I want some info on the Project Game Day. But I will be doing a draft party at MOTs. I think I said Millions before. I meant MOTs. The first night of the draft. Hopefully we're going to try to get some former Bengals there. And hopefully some of my guys will be there. Joe, Neil, Harrison. We're going to be there hanging out doing Bengals trivia. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come on down to MOTs for the draft party and we can watch the Bengals draft their first player that's going to help lead them to the Super Bowl. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. I've been live streaming on ZTV Online, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Twitch. You can follow me on all those along with Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. Shout out to my sponsors on the show. We got Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Give them a call at 513-430-6114. Again, that's 513-430-6114. We're getting close to springtime. You got that flower bed that you want to get cleaned out. It's got leaves in it from last year. You need some mulch. You need a nice edge. Some shrubbery planted, trimmed out, paver patio, grass cut, whatever you need. Give Priority Lawn and Landscaping a call. You can also check them out at Facebook. Again, Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to Meyer Windows and Doors. You can check them out at www.meyercincinnati.com for all your window and door needs. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. And do me a favor, when you go see Maddie and Priority and all these other ones, tell them I sent you. Shout out to Hail Marys, your ticket to the game right in the heart of Cheviot. Big ass TV screen, beer specials, food trucks, free parking. It's awesome, awesome bar right there in the heart of Cheviot, Ohio. Again, that's Hail Marys, your ticket to the game. If you guys are looking for any rental property, houses, condos, apartment buildings, apartments, give T Properties a call. Check them out at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. Guys, tomorrow I basically got the Fox 19 crew coming on from Tuesday to Wednesday. Got Gabby Sorrentino on tomorrow. Reagan's on Wednesday. And Jeremy Rao is on Thursday. So tomorrow Gabby will be on. She's an awesome person to interview. She's been on the show. Came to Moreland House a couple times with us. It was a great time. So we'll be alive tomorrow, back and better than ever. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful time. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this out. I'd greatly appreciate it. See you guys tomorrow. That's your sports baby. See ya!
Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight. Every time touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse that's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeat strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight.